Hi guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be doing a run through of Curse of the Wymer Stones. Now this is a dungeon crawler where we're going to play as heroes and as villains trying to find these cursed stones and defeat the cursed dwarfs that will appear once we find them. Join me at the table and let's play Curse of the Wymer Stones. Alright guys, I got the game almost ready to go, almost set up. I wanted to show you a little bit of what goes on as far as setup. Today we're playing a two-hero game. I'm going to be playing as the Paladin and the Warrior, and we're also going to have a villain. So technically it's going to be a three-player game, because I will play it as the game is intended to be played, which is somebody takes the role of the villain, and then other people take roles of heroes. Okay, so in order to get started, first of all, I got all my cards here. These are traps, these are relics, these are the cards that we're going to use if we're ever turned into Wraith, and then these are the dwarves that we have to defeat. So there's obviously two winning conditions, one for the heroes, one for the villains. The heroes win if they find their stones, they're of the same color. So for the green, for the yellow paladin, he has to find this yellow stone, and for the blue warrior, he has to find the blue Wymer stone. And then once they have them, they need to defeat all of the dwarves that are going to be populating the board, which will be two, because we're going to get a dwarf for every Wymer stone. On the other hand, the villains win if they can defeat the two heroes and turn them into wraiths. And I have my wraiths over here ready to go in case we do turn into wraith. Once we turn into wraith, we can go back to our starting spot to be revived, or another hero can revive us. Hopefully we won't get to that though. You notice a bunch of tokens. The game starts with 6 on the board, and those can be attacked by heroes in order to walk through them. The way they work is that they block a hero's path. And then the crux of the game is we're going to shuffle all of these stuff, and like I said, the heroes gotta find their stones. Now, you can adjust the difficulty for this game. You can make it easier. You're playing with younger players, you're playing with your kids, or you're playing with just younger players, or you can make it harder. Today, I'm going to be playing in normal difficulty, so not too easy, not too hard, and see how that goes. So the way you increase the difficulty is that we start with more traps out on the board. Of course, the villain gets to put more traps and more fun stuff on the board as the game progresses, but we start with 5 relics, we start with 20, or actually 30 traps, and then our 2 stones. And then we just take all that, we flip it, we shuffle it, and we populate the board. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Before I place these, I'm going to go ahead and place the logs, because the logs, it's important that you know that the logs go in specific places. You can only place a log if it blocks a path. So for example, I wouldn't be able to place a log here because that does not block a path. And the villain is the one placing the logs at the beginning of the game, and it does benefit him to place it on a place where a path is blocked. Now you're wondering where all these pink or purple things are on the board, and those are portals. It's kind of like a Pac-Man game where if you go in here, you can exit anywhere else on the board. Even you can go in here and exit here, which I don't think that will make much sense, but you can go in there and come out this way. So those portals are really great. They're a great way to move fast around the board and to try and escape dwarves and everything else that might be trying to attack you. But let's place those logs. So the game starts with 6 of these, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then every turn the villain can add a log on the board every turn. So let's see, what do we want to look? Well, this guy, how about we lock him in right away? There you go, you can't go anywhere, mister. That's a valid one because there's 2 walls, so it totally locks him. Let's do the same with this guy. Let's lock him up here, and let's lock him up right here before he can get to the portal. So I already spent 3 out of my 3 locks. Let's see. Then it's really up to chance. I guess we'll put 1 there on this side of the board, put 1 over here on this side of the board, and then the last one we'll put it south. And we'll go like that. I don't know if that's the best placement, but we'll go with that. And then, like I said, we're going to populate these, and these we can just put randomly. Again, the villain is the one that will place them. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. And the main crux of the game is for us to step through those so we can collect our Wymer stones and hopefully no traps and find some relics, because relics are great. We can carry up to 2 relics, and you'll see how those benefit us. So let's do it. What I try to do is put them in spots where the heroes wouldn't want to walk to. Like this one is stuck right there in that dead end. But you know, there's so many of them that eventually we run out. Now I have no idea where the Wymer stones are. I might have placed it right next to their heroes, or I might have placed them far away. I guess luck will tell. And that's the thing with this game, it's a lot of luck. There's going to be a lot of rolls and a lot of just trying to beat your opponent. And you'll see how that works. But what else? I think with that we are all set. And well, we gotta shuffle because you know we're going to be drawing, which again, luck. These traps are pretty much bad stuff. However, if we beat them, we actually get the good side of the result. And you're gonna see what I mean when we start playing. The relics are always good. Relics are going to help us add numbers or add +1 and +2 or whichever numbers are there. I believe I even saw a +5 to our rolls, so that's great because, like I said, there's a lot of rolling. And then Wraith, well, that's just what the card we gotta play if we're a Wraith. There's a good result and a bad result, again, just based on a dice roll. So, but hopefully we won't even turn into a Wraith. Well, actually, I kind of want to, so that you see how that works. But with that, we're all set and ready to go. Let's go to gameplay. Okay, so before we start, we're going to take turns, hero, another hero, and then the villain goes last. And we are going to be just going in this, we don't choose. So if I decide to start with the paladin is going to go first for the rest of the game, and the round will always start with him. I kind of want to start with the warrior, but I put the paladin over here, unless I flip him. I guess I can do that. Because the paladin is our healer, and we might get hurt right away. So I'm gonna do it like that and have the warrior go first. Let me show you what the warrior is all about. Okay, so here's his card. So on the top left, it tells you how many steps he can walk. This is a number that doesn't change. He's always gonna be able to walk 4 steps. If we have a trap that is this color, he gets a +1 on it. So he likes blue traps. He's better at those traps than any other traps. And then at the beginning of our turn, we're going to first, before we do anything else, roll a die, single d6. And these are our powers, warrior's powers. Can only be used for yourself. So whatever this is, we use it on us. And you can see, if we roll a 1, we can add 1 to our roll, 2, and even a 3. And if we roll any of these, we get no bonuses. And now, down there, damage taken, and that's it. Our HP is only 3. We take 3 damage, we'll turn into a Wraith. So like I said, the first thing we're going to do is roll, see if we get a special power. We get a 5, which means we do not. So we only get them on 1, 2s, and 6s. So no special power in this turn. Now, like I said, we're going to be walking, and we want to walk over those question marks, so we want to pick those up. However, there's a luck that my fellow villain placed very strategically, but whenever we face one of those lucks, we can actually attack it. And during your turn, you can attack. You can attack at the beginning of your turn or at the end of your turn. So I'm going to go ahead and attack now. And the way you do this, once you see me attacking this luck, the same strategy or the same mechanics are true for everything else that we battle in this game. The heroes are going to roll white, and whatever evil, the trap or the luck or monster, it's going to roll red. And the hero needs to beat the red. If it's a tie, red wins. Villain is a winner. So I want to roll higher. That's why the warrior's power, if I would have gotten it, would have helped me because it would have added strength to my roll. But let's see if I can get out of this luck situation. And I can. I rolled a 6 and the villain only rolled a 3. So we discard the token. And now I'm free to move my 4 steps. So again, you want to maybe use those portals to my advantage. If I just walk straight 4 without a portal, 1, 2, 3, 4, the most I can get is one of those tokens. And obviously on your turn, you want to try and get as many as possible. Now, is there another way? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. If I go that way and I use the portal, I'd be able to uncover more ground. So let's do it. 1, then 1 takes me to the other side of the portal, and then so that's 2, and then 3, and 4, and I've landed there. Now what happens is, and I mark it like that because I am terrible with my memory, especially when I'm playing in front of you guys, anything that you step over, you're going to reveal. And it's, you saw, it's mostly bad. But maybe we'll find our stones. Let's check it out. First thing we reveal is a relic. Okay, well that's not a bad thing. That's actually great. So let's see, what relic does the warrior get? He gets a mysterious arc. And I love the art in this game. It's so retro, it takes you back. I mean, it's so cute, like, it's adorable. Look at this arc. The box opens slightly, revealing a soft glow from inside. A tremendous power can be felt within. And look at that. I knew that was a +5 in the game. Add +5 to your attack. That is great. I wish I was fighting dwarves already. And like I said, we can carry up to 2. So I'm gonna put that one there. I have space for 1 more. But we're not done. We did step over something else. What was it? Of course, it's a trap. And that's very common. So what trap do we get? Ooh, we get a red one, which is no bueno. I believe these are the worst ones. And you'll notice that there are 2 sides to the trap from this strange wizard. So the first thing we need to do is roll to see which side we're going to read. So let's see. And after I roll, I can use my power to add +5, and of course then I have to discard it, but I might want to. But I don't need to, because I rolled a 3, and the evil forces rolled a 2. So let's go ahead and reveal what happened to us since we rolled so great. We beat him by 1. Strange wizard, and this is the side we're going to read, because the heroes won. The wizard extends a pale finger. Fate has smiled thee warm. Rest yourself and be refreshed, he croaks, vanishing into the dark. Remove all trap tiles from your card. And what that means is essentially we would have healed, because trap cards go here and serve as damage. But since we're not hurt, well, this didn't really do much. So not the best time to have gotten that one. Okay, but with that, the warrior is finished, and we're going to move on to the paladin, who has the same predicament. He's kind of trapped over there. First, let's roll for special power. He gets a 4. Here he discards, so you get to know him a little bit better. He has also 4 steps. He likes yellow traps, so he's better at those. And then a 2, a 4, and a 6 actually grant him powers. Now we roll the 4, so he can heal 1 damage to anyone. And if you notice up here, it says can be used on yourself or others. And that's important, and that matters, because if you can use your powers on yourself or on others, then you can use your powers all the way until the beginning of your next turn. So I can hold off if no one's hurt, and maybe if the warrior is hurt, before I take my turn again, I can heal him. The warrior who only uses powers and his abilities for himself has to use the ability during his turn. He cannot give the ability to somebody else. But with a 4 and heal 1 under our belt, we're going to start. Now, I have two locks trapping me. If I go down here, I can uncover the portal. If I go down there, there's a portal waiting for me, and also a fuse. So I think I'm going to attack first and see if I can remove that. And yeah, okay, the heroes are rolling pretty good. So now after I remove it, we are going to move, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, 1, 2, or we can go up 3 and 4. We're right next to a portal. And what do we reveal? Of course, it's a trap. Roll to see what side we're reading. And the heroes do it again. This time we found bats. It was a blue trap, which the warrior would have an advantage over, but we didn't need an advantage. You hear the leathery beating of wings and look up to see a huge, swooping bat. His fangs gleam in the moonlight. When you swing your blade just in time, cleaving the beast in two. So basically we beat the bat, but nothing else happens. Sometimes when you beat a trap or a monster or whatever comes out of this trap deck, good things can happen. Like you might move again, or you know, maybe you'll get a relic. Something really cool might happen. But for now, nothing will happen. We just defeated the bat and we're unharmed. So that means that my healing for now, I'm just going to keep it in case that the warrior gets hurt during his next turn. But we're done with the paladin because he moved 4. So now we're going to go to the villain. And until the Wymer stones are found, the villain's turn just, it's very simple. All he's going to do is place more stuff on the board. So he gets to place 1 luck, and I guess we'll trap this guy there. And then he gets to place 2 of these, which there's more relics and there's more traps. There's no more stones. The stones are already on the board. And that's important because as a hero, you know you don't want to pick up this new tiles because they don't have your stone. So, but you know, with so many out there, you forget. So, and I know as the villain that they might be traps, so I kind of want to put them so that you guys come, step on these things, find some more traps. Welcome to my trap world. Okay, the villain is finished, and we go back to the warrior. So I know that if he gets hurt, the paladin's got my back. So let's go. Roll for special power, we get a 2, yes. With a 2, we can add +2 to your attack roll. Okay, so we're going to move 4 spaces, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 2 things that I can check, and then I can attack at the end of my turn. So first, because we have to go in order, we revealed yet another trap. This time is a demon. Let's check which side we're going to resolve. And this time, yeah, the demons got us. Let's see, I can use my +5. 5 + 2 would be 7. But do I want to waste that on a demon? I don't think so, especially because I'm reading, and let me show you. If I go all the way to the bottom, I know that I just walk away with my life. I don't get anything special. And then over here, again, I just get a damage, and I know the paladin can heal me. Of course, I still have 1 more damage to resolve, but I think we're going to let the villain win this one. The demon pulls against his chains. The thick steel groans, then shatters, and in an instant, his hand is at your throat. You have something of mine, he growls. Place your trap tile on your card. And I know that I have a +2 that I rolled as my ability, but +2 + 2 is not enough to beat the 6. If not, I would use that, because if I don't use it this turn, I lose it. But it wouldn't be enough. So what we do is we track damage here, and this guy gets discarded. That was nasty. And we have yet another one that we need to deal with. And what is it? It's another trap. And we find a pendulum. And this one is a green trap, so none of our heroes are actually good against it. Let's see what we roll. Alright, and this time we are victorious. The air sings the razor-sharp blade whistles by your ear, but misses you. Another inch and you would have surely been hit. You escape with your life. So another escape, very nice. And at the end of my movement, I'm going to go ahead and attack that luck, because I haven't attacked yet. And I have a +2, so I feel pretty confident that we can beat this. Should I feel confident? I don't know. That depends on luck. Well, I should have. So I got a 4, but if I use my +2, which if I don't use it, I lose it, I can go ahead and beat it, because I'll be at 6. So we do defeat the luck. And then before the start of the paladin's turn, he's going to use his ability that he got last time and heal anybody, and he'll heal his friend the warrior. The heroes are doing pretty well, I think. Famous last words. Okay, so paladin. Let's see. He has a luck that was recently placed there, now that I remember. So he can go ahead and attack that. Let's do it. Let's roll to see if he gets anything cool this turn. He got a 3, so nothing cool this turn. Okay, and then let's attack the luck. And he beats it, so we're going to get rid of it. And then he is going to walk 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds pretty good. 1, could go 2, 3, 4, and kind of head down. Sure, let's do that. 2, 3, 4. All right, the first thing we reveal is a relic. So great, let's go ahead and cash that in. We find a broken sword, a broken blade that still holds much power. What could it have accomplished? What could it have accomplished? Mended. Imagine that. If it would have mended. And I love like it has what, a happy face? Cute. Add +1 to your attack. Well, this might come in handy right away. Just gonna put it around down here, and then what's next? It's a trap. Okay, let's see what we get. We find, ooh, a rock monster. It's one of those red ones, and it's blue, so the warrior would be good against it, but not us. And we tied. So remember, if we tied, the villains win. However, I can use my sword and add +1 and beat it. And I think I will, because these red ones are usually, oh yeah, definitely. I will definitely spend my relic. If I wouldn't have, I would have lost. And look, you are now a wraith. So that would have been pretty bad. But instead we beat it because of our rusty sword that we just found. The monster roars and lumbers forward. You lunge just in time, and his gigantic fist crashes into the ground. You climb this stony arm with skill and sink your blade into his fiery eye. Teleport to any space on the board. Oh, nice. So like I said, some of these actually, when you beat them, when the heroes beat them, it gives you a good ability. Just like if the villains beat it, it gives them a good ability, right? Because they would have turned me into a wraith, and that's no bueno. Alright, so I can teleport. Well, I would teleport to the Wymer stone if I knew where it was, but I don't, so let's just go to a highly dense populated area. How about we start here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Sure, we'll go there. Okay. And with that, the paladin is finished. We go back to our friend, the villain, and he's going to place a lock, and he's going to place 2 more tiles. Just trying to get them random. Sure, those 2. Okay. So who can we lock? Can we lock this guy? Yes, we can. So let's lock him up right here, right where he just opened a spot, right? And then these, let's put them over there so they don't remember which ones are new, which ones are old. Okay, and well, with that, the villain is finished, and now we're going to go back to the warrior's turn. First, let's roll for a special power. We get a 4. A 4 gives us nothing. All right, and then, well, we might as well attack the lock. We might get it back. I don't think I'm going to go up there anyways. I can also just go through the portal. But let's attack the lock. I mean, if the lock beats us, nothing happens to us. So at least we don't get damaged. And the luck does beat us because we are both rolling like really high. So the luck just stays. And then I'm just going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this whole way. It looks like I can make a run straight down and find some cool stuff. Okay, so we reveal. And wow, look at us. We found our stone. This is what we're here for, to find this little piece of stone. And a couple of things happen once you find your stone. Well, first of all, if we would have found the stone that wasn't our color, if I would have found a yellow stone instead of my own, I would just leave it there. And Paladin would have to come over here and pick it up himself. But since it is my stone, I will put it on my card indicating that I did it. I found my stone. But that's not all. Now things get interesting because Mr. Villain there gets a dwarf. So the power of the stones resuscitates one of these dead dwarfs, and he has a few to choose from. Let me show you. There's this cursed soldier, dwarven soldier. There's this cursed king. There's this cursed rogue, and then there's this cursed mage. And you'll notice they're not all the same. All of these have 4 steps and take 2 damage to kill. But Mr. King himself, 5 steps, and he is actually harder to kill. So how about we go for him? And yes, he can pick whichever one he wants. I don't know why anybody would pick somebody other than the king if they were given a choice, but you know, I guess you could start with somebody with one of the other ones and then leave the king for last. That's a strategy. In any case, he places Mr. King at the blue stone, which is the stone that was found. And from now on, the villain has more interesting things to do because he controls a little friend. And I will show you how that's done. They have special movement rules and everything. When we get to his turn, I will give you the rundown of all of that. In the meantime, I think he's finished. He moved forward, he found his stone, he's ready to go. Now I gotta say, if you do not have your stone, you cannot attack the dwarf. So Mr. Blue Warrior over here, he can attack the dwarf, and he better get to it, because the dwarf is probably going to try and kill our paladin, because our paladin cannot fight back. So that's important. And now our paladin is really on a quest to find that stone so he can also beat down this dwarven king. Of course, once he finds his stone, we're going to get another cursed dwarf that we need to worry about. So maybe it's not the end of the world that there's only one to worry about right now, because he's going to start chasing us down. But Warrior is finished, so we move to the paladin. Let's check if he gets any special powers. And on 3, he does not. No healing. He's going to move his allotted 4 steps. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I wish he was one closer to that luck so he could attack it, but he's not. In the meantime, we reveal, and it's a trap. What do we find? We find, ooh, a fallen angel, but it is yellow, so he does get a +1 because he likes those yellow cards. So whatever he rolls, we'll add a +1 to it. And that's good that we did that. I mean, perfect, because we tied, but with the +1, we actually beat it. The creature's blade sings through the air, but your spell holds. A smile curls on his lips. Perhaps next time, fate will not be your ally, he says, and he is gone in a plume of smoke. Flip over any 3 tiles to reveal them. All right, well, that's good. We get something out of that. So what do we want to reveal? I definitely want to reveal this one, because I know I'm going to reveal this one because I stepped on it, so I don't want to reveal it now. But how about revealing that? I really need to find my stone. What else? Where is, okay, this is a highly populated area. Let's see if I can find it here. 2 and 3. Okay. Well, now I know not to step on any of those things because they're all traps. How about that? That was great. And then the last one is, oh, it's a relic. Okay, so we get a new relic. We find a wolf claw. The claw pulses with primal power. You can feel your senses sharpen. Add +2 to your attack. Those blows too are coming in very handy, so I'm not going to complain about that. But with that, the paladin is finished. Did I cheat? Did I not take a turn for the monster? I think I cheated. Yeah, we skipped, because, no, warriors first, then paladin, then the monster. I didn't cheat. I'm okay. Yeah. Alright, so now it's the monsters, or the evil, I don't know his name, I forgot. We'll call him Wymer. So it's Mr. King, I guess, the cursed dwarven king's turn to go. So as always, he's going to place another luck in 2 more of these. Okay. I know this guy wants to come and find my dwarf, so let's not let him do that right away. Let's put that there. And since I know he's going to come down here, because he wants to use the portal, although he has a portal right there, so that's no use. Oh, that's no use either. Okay, never mind. Well, don't know that there's a way that I can trap these people effectively. We can put another lock there, back-to-back locks though. I don't think that's that great. She's probably going to come here, and then what portal she comes out of, it's up to anybody really. So we'll lock that portal, because I know this area sounds pretty yummy. And then in case she comes out here, we'll give her something to step on, same as here. There you go. Be happy. And that's not all, because now we get a dwarf. So the dwarves are a little different. they kind of work like heroes, but they have special movement. So this guy moves five steps. However, he can move through walls, and because he's dead, and he can also move through chasms. So if he moves through a wall, that counts as one space. So he can move 1, 2, and he has 3 more. If he moves through chasms, let's say he was here, he can slide down all the way to the other side of the chasm for just 1 movement point. So that's kind of cool that they're fast like that. And he wants to get to her. So, and he can also use portals. So 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, and there he is. So now that they're face to face, the dwarf is going to attack because they're adjacent, and the paladin can hold back the attack, not get injured if the paladin rolls higher, but it won't be inflicting any damage on this dwarf. And it's a tie, so I will go ahead and ask the paladin use my add +2 to your attack so that I don't get damage, because I don't want to turn into a wraith if I don't have to. By the way, wraiths are kind of like dwarves. They can move through walls, and they can also move through chasms. However, wraith, when you turn into a wraith, what you want to do is, like I said, you want to go back to your starting spot, so you get revived, or there are cards, there are relics that you revive and turn back into a hero. Because if both of us turn into wraith, we lose, right? The heroes lose. Okay, so we did the attack. This guy is right there. Now we go back to the warrior who needs to come after this guy. So, and he's right next to a portal, so that's not a bad thing. 1, 2, I forgot to roll for his ability at the beginning of the turn, so I'm so excited about killing me this dwarf. He got a 2, and a 2 is add +2 to your attack roll. We're attacking the dwarf. And a +2 is not going to do it, but I will use my +5 because I really need to get this dwarf done. So I will get rid of my super good relic and give this dwarf its first damage. Of course, that's not going to be enough to defeat him, but I kind of want to stay there, so I got him trapped. That's a good place for me to be, I guess. Because if he attacks me and I win the roll, he gets a damage. But with that, I'm done. Let's see about our paladin. Gets a 6, which is a heal 3 damage. Can split it, so I can heal 2 damage from the warrior, 1 damage from myself. But no one's hurt yet, but that might change. Okay, I gotta flee. So which way is the best way to go? Can't go. If I go there, I'm gonna have to reveal that. I'm kind of stuck. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna go 1, fight the trap, and then use the portal. Let's see if I can beat this trap. And I can. And then let's get out of here. 3, 4, so we can reveal this one. That's all we're going to be revealing though. And it is a trap. What we get a collapsed bridge, and it's green. So we don't really care about it. And it wins. Alright, let's see what happens with this bridge. The stones beneath your feet shift. Suddenly, the bridge collapses with a groan. You reach out to grab hold, but no avail. The darkness takes you. Place a trap tile on your card. But I mean, if I ever was going to get hurt, I guess it's a good thing to be hurt on the turn where I got my heal 3, right? So 1 damage to him, and I'm not going to use it yet because if the warrior gets hurt during his turn, remember, I can split my 3, and if he is hurt, I can heal him as well. But with that, then paladin went, warrior went, so it's the dwarf's turn, and the dwarf doesn't want to attack this guy. But first, let's place a lock token, and let's place 2 more of these. Let's lock this lady over here. Sounds great. And let's give this guy, well, he's next to a portal. He's always next to a portal. So I guess we can do it to her. Put him like that. She either has to fight the luck or, why am I calling her on her? I don't know if it's a her. But the paladin either has to fight the luck or go through a trap It could be a relic, I don't know. But in any case, I think that's good. And then the dwarf, yes, I don't want to attack that per se. And the dwarf ignores traps and stuff. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, and I can attack adjacent. Actually, I don't think I've mentioned this. Heroes can attack as many things as they are adjacent to, including diagonals. They cannot move diagonal, but they can attack anything that's next to them. So if, let's say, I was here and I had my stone, which I don't, I could attack the dwarf and the lock in the same turn. But of course I don't have it. But in any case, let's see if the dwarf hits. And it does not, which I wouldn't have minded this time because I can heal, but I guess it's better that it didn't. With that, the dwarf is done. She needs to run again. And our friend, the warrior, has to come and do what he can. So the problem is, if I go help, she's trapped. Well, she's not. She can go out through the lock. So 1, 2, and of course, I'm going to have to reveal this. So what do we get? Oh, it's a trap. A swampy monster. So I forgot to roll at the beginning of my turn to see if I get. I have 5, so no bonus. But I do beat the swampy monster. A stagnant wind wafts from the mire. A slimy hand grabs at your foot, dragging you down. Your boot comes free, and you watch it slip beneath the mud. You hobble away alive. Okay, we'll put that in the discard pile, and now I have to beat the dwarf fair and square. I have nothing to help me. I didn't roll any bonus, don't have any cool relics, but we've been rolling good as the heroes. Let's see what happens. Well, that happens. So what happens is that the heroes get damage. So there we go. But now it's the paladin's turn, and before her turn, she can heal up to 3, because that's the power she got last turn. So she could split it. So 1 and 1. So we're good. It's okay. The dwarf is in trouble. I mean, not in trouble, but he is hurt more than us, I guess. All right, let's see if the paladin gets another heal. Got a 5, so no. Let's run, skedaddle out of here. So 1 attack, and it's no use attacking the dwarf because, I mean, I can't. I don't have my stone, but I can attack the lock. And I didn't beat it. So I'm stuck. And the dwarf is coming for me. No bonus. It's going to be a fun one. All right, so dwarfy dwarf. First, a lock. And then 2 of these. Let's put these 2. That worked out so well. Where else can I luck you, lady? Here. And let's see. Let's put that there in case you decide to come back because you're a wraith. That works. Okay. And let's attack, of course, the paladin. But I didn't do it this time. Of course, the dwarf doesn't get hurt because she doesn't have her stone. So that's it. And now we go back to the warrior, who's going to go ahead and attack. I think I might attack and run away, so she has a way out. Because what if she doesn't beat the lock again? We need her to move and find her stone. So first, let's see if I get a bonus this turn. A 1 lets me add +1 to my attack roll. Let's attack with a +1. And I don't even need to add a +1. I got him. I'm at 7, he's at 3. That's 2 damage. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna move because she needs to get out. So which way? A way that doesn't have many traps and stuff. So what about 1, 2? Do I want to check if that's a relic? Sure. 3, 4. And is that a relic? Nope, it's a trap. We find a knight. But we beat the knight. The knight does not relent, and you show no quarter. Steel rings against steel, and finally, with a last effort, you strike his sword from his hand. He kneels before you, beaten. Move again. I don't want to move again. Can she move again? Okay, well, that's that. I guess we're moving again. Well, first I can attack the lock. Let's see if I can beat it. No, I cannot. So then we're going to move somewhere else. 1, 2, 3. Do I want to try my luck somewhere else? Sure, 4. Let's try here. Because if I can find her Wymer stone, I can't give it to her, but at least we'll know where it is. It's not here though. This is a trap. And she'll know where to go to come and get it. It's a dark elf. And of course now we do not win. The dark elf blocks your path. His spell is strong, too strong. Your weapon clatters to the ground. You try to chant the counterspell, but your mouth won't move. His laughter echoes in your ears. Place a trap tile on your card. So the dwarf can't land a hit on us, but the dark elf can. Okay, well, there goes that trap. Very nice. Warrior is finished. We're going to go to the paladin, who's going to run for her life. Let's see if she gets an ability. She gets +3 and she can split it. Great. She's definitely going to be healing the warrior before the beginning of her next turn. But in the meantime, let's run. And I kind of want to run towards my friend because I know the dwarf is going to follow me. So at least I'm making the job easier for the warrior because the dwarf will be around our area. So with that in mind, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And God helps us all. But it's okay. If it's a trap and I get hurt, it doesn't matter because I have a healing this turn. And it is, oh no, it's my stone. I found it, which is good and bad, because remember, we get another dwarf. I'm going to place it here, and then Mr. Villain is going to pick, which one? It doesn't really matter. I guess we'll take the Dwarven Soldier. And the Dwarven Soldier starts here on the yellow. He ignores traps, he ignores walls, he ignores all those things. Most importantly is now we can both attack dwarves, so we're not undefended. So now it's just a matter of who can roll better. And we need to find some more relics. We should, I mean we could, I guess. But in the meantime, let's see. She's done, right? She moved 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. Well, I don't know why she was still here. Maybe, I think she should be here. She was right here. So 1, 2, 3. Was that on top of me? Or was that here? I don't know. I'm guessing it was here. Let's reveal it just for the fun of it. It's another trap. We find a goblin. It's a blue trap, so the warrior would have liked this one, but not me. And we fail, so let's read it. The goblin swings his weapon, and though you try to move, it finds its mark. You're staggered backwards and almost back on your feet when the second blow falls. Place a trap tile on your card. Okay, so now we both have hits. I don't know that we can take more than 1 hit per turn. I don't know if I should wait or if I should just heal and get it out of the way because I might forget, like I forget many other things. I guess we'll heal. We'll heal everybody up. I'm only not using 1. And with that, it's the dwarves, both dwarves now, get to go. First, we'll place a luck. Let's trap her to make the, although I don't know that, but I don't want them to get more relics. These might be relics, so I'm putting them far away from you guys. Come and get them if you want. So now I don't want to give them relics. They want to get those relics. I know most of them are traps, but they have found a few relics throughout the game. Alright, and now we move. So, over here, 1, 2, and just like the heroes, he can attack both. So he's going to do it. First, the paladin, and it's a hit. And then the warrior, whoa, but he's not his match. The warrior actually takes him down. So 1 dead king. that was good. He got lucky, I guess. But no, he's been putting in the work. He really has been. All right, and then our other dwarf is still alive and kicking, so he's coming. He's coming for us. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So same deal. First, the paladin. But the paladin gets the best of him. So because she has a stone, she can now give him a damage. And then he's got to try, right? So let's go for the hero. If the hero wins this roll, that's it. But he does not. He gets a damage. So, okay. So that's it for the dwarves. Now we go back to the warrior, and he has to do it. I guess we don't even have time to find relics. It's all going to be just based on a roll of the die. First, let's see if I get some help. Nope, no help from the dice. So we got to do it the old-fashioned way. But we do. We get a 4. They only get a 1. So guess what? Dwarven soldier defeated. And with that, we've gotten all of our winning conditions. We found our stones. We defeated both dwarves. We are victorious. Well, guys, there you have it. That was a full run-through of Curse of the Wymer Stones. The heroes were victorious. I love how this is a very portable, small box. You can take it with you anywhere and just play a dungeon crawler. When do you have a chance to take a dungeon crawler on a trip with you? I'm actually going away soon, and I will be taking this one with me so that I can play while I'm away. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of luck, it's a lot of rolling, but I don't mind that. I actually enjoy that thrill of who's going to get the best roll out of this one. And we were able to defeat the villain. I wonder if with more players how I would play. And also I want to check out the solo version of it. There's a couple of rules changes, but nothing major. It does seem that to make the game a little easier, so they do ask you to play in higher difficulties, but that's something that can be adjusted as you like. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. You can purchase this game. It's brand new. Let's get your hands on it while it's hot. Don't forget to subscribe to Meeple Village and also join us on Twitter and on Instagram so you can keep up with what's going on in the world of Meeple Village. I will see you all in the next video, but until then, may you play more games.